There's your
Welcome back.
Okay, we're back now. Here we are for the third set. We have now Keke and Stork for a Zerg versus Protoss matchup.
It should be very exciting. Stork, he's just a genius. I mean, he's just so brilliant.
Is there anything we need to say? I mean,
he's kind of one of these guys who's known for getting second place pretty often, kind of like Yellow, for instance. But I think that's changing very quickly.
He got it. He got the gold.
Finally got a
he
gold.
got his OSL gold.
Which kind of breaks that stereotype
ever since then, I don't know, this guy is he's just overall good. He is by far my favorite player. Absolutely my favorite player.
I adore his style. You know, he's one of these guys, like, if you really watch the way Stork opens up, it's pretty much the best possible way to open up. Protoss is a race that has so many different build orders. In order to be a really good Protoss player, unlike, for instance, like a Terran player, you have to know a ton of different openers. And, like, when you watch him, you can see he really knows them. Most Protoss players, they're actually quite weak at their openers because they have to do so many of them in order to stay you know, at the level that they're at. But he just does it so well. He almost always gets ahead. Before, when we would watch him play, he was one of these guys who would basically get an advantage early on and then, you know, either barely win it or screw up and lose the game. But now he's just maintaining that advantage and getting stronger and stronger. So being a Protoss player myself, that's just something I really I like about a player. And that's one of the reasons why I study him more than any other StarCraft player out there.
I'm sorry, I'm like giggling while you're talking. I'm reading their conversation. Stork and Keke are both in the game, and they're just kind of like chatting up. And Stork is such a manner guy. I mean, not only is he a great player, but he's just like he's the biggest sweetheart ever.
He's a really nice guy. He's really laid back, actually.
But he's sitting here like, thank you so much for putting a heater in my room. It's really nice. There he is now. He's ranking number 2, according to Kespa, with 291 wins and 170 losses. I mean, what can we say about this commander-in-chief that you guys don't already know? His last 10, he's at 5-5. He's been in the Pro League 9 times, winning 6 of his games. For his last 10 against Zerg, he's 7 wins, 3 losses. And his last loss being to Luxury, actually, at the WCG. And he actually said, you know, maybe because he was focusing so hard. Oh my god, look at his stats.
Damn.
But he was focusing so hard on Jaedong's playstyle, because he loses to Jaedong a lot, that he kind of neglected Luxury's playstyle, and that's why he lost, he said.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Lately, he's been on a streak. He's been pretty strong against her. He's strong in everything, but again, there's his stats. Higher. Wow, it's like higher than any of the guys we saw so far today.
It's ridiculous. Like, if this was an RPG, he'd probably be, like, close to level 99 right now.
But that highest one where he had the 9.8 was under how well he operates the entire map.
Wow,
this guy just kind of knows what to do.
He's really good at that. Yeah,
absolutely.
He controls the map so well.
Yep. Believe it or not, him and now Keke have met twice before.
Really?
Once in 2007, January 1st at the NBC Survivor. Now Keke won that one.
Okay.
And then in April of 2007, in Survivor again, Stork won that one. So they're both at 1 and 1.
Tied, yeah.
Yep.
Here's
there
keke.
He is.
Keke's a pretty aggressive player.
Absolutely. His record isn't as great. As you can see here, I mean, even his ranking, 74 wins, 47 losses. His last 10 games, he's at 3 wins, 7 losses. Last 10 versus Protoss, 2 and 6, basically.
Damn.
I don't know. He's been in the Pro League quite a bit. He's been there 6 times with 3 wins, 3 losses. But due to We Made Fox's lack of Zerg players, this guy is pretty much all they got, to be honest.
Well, he's their Zerg player indeed. As you can see, his stats are not quite as high.
No.
And he knows how good his opponent is that he's facing off against. Stork, currently ranked 2nd, I believe, in Kespa, off the top of my head. A real powerhouse Protoss player. I'm curious, though, as to what Keke has planned out against somebody like Stork. Keke is actually somebody he used to play with a long, long time ago. He wasn't anywhere near as good back then as he is now, though. Now he's quite a strong player.
Actually, you know what? I've heard that. I know quite a bit of foreign players who have said that they've played with now Keke a lot.
Yeah, he used to play with foreigners pretty often, actually.
Now you see his face, right? I want you guys to go and Google a Korean model named Charles.
Named Charles?
Because apparently he looks.
Do you know his
just
last name?
like no, he's just Charles.
Just Charles.
He's like Madonna.
Oh,
it's
damn.
just Charles. But apparently their faces look alike, so that's his nickname. The Koreans call him Charles.
How charming.
But it's just the face. I don't know. Charles kind of has a nicer body. No
He has a
offense
nicer
to now
body.
Keke. Though
Sorry,
I have to
Keke.
say, I haven't sent Keke.
He has nicer Zerg, though.
He
so
does.
what's up
He
now,
does.
Charles?
Yeah, he does. So yeah, that's these two guys in a nutshell, basically.
I think we're going to start pretty soon here. They're both in the game. They're both ready.
They are.
The map is Destination. It should be pretty exciting. A lot of people going to be studying this.
.com is now online.
All right, we are starting our first game. We have Stork in the top position, and we have now Keke in the bottom position here.
All right.
I was corrected. Stork did lose to Com in the Pro League. You win some, you lose some. This guy, though, yeah.
Stark has such a competitive game. It's one of these games where you really rarely ever see somebody just absolutely on the top dominating. That's only happened a few times in history. One example would probably be Slayer's Boxer, or even before him, Guillaume Patry. People actually don't know this, but Slayer's Boxer wasn't like the first Gosu.
Oh, no, yeah.
There was actually a French-Canadian guy. He's actually my buddy down here, nicknamed Gurr. And he was actually the one that figured out the game before even Boxer did. I mean, he figured out the very, very, the real basics of it, and people kind of started copying him from there. But yeah, and then another example of one of these guys that's just been on top, nobody could beat was who is it? Maje Yoon's another example as well. Well, fast expansion is going to be the way to go here. From as far as Stork says.
As far as Stork says.
Stork has spoken. Fast expansion is the way. There we go. We got some more fans down here. Where are my pistachios? I don't know. I don't have them.
We may have a bag of them somewhere around.
All right. Looks like we're gonna see. It looks like he did the overpool build, where he gets the Overlord first, then gets the spawning pool. Excuse me, and the extractor. And this is really a response to Protoss players always being prepared for the 9 pool. There wasn't really anything that necessitated you getting the Zerglings out that quickly, because what you're really doing with the Zerglings is stopping your opponent from getting scouting probes out so that you can tech at least hidden for the time being. Now, bear in mind, though, you can also see players do this really, really aggressive all-in move here. Looks like it's time for Susie to do the interview. Goodbye, Susie. We're back. He wants to stop that drone from getting the hatchery up. Looks like he should be able to do it. No, yeah, he will. I really haven't been able to play enough StarCraft this week. I've been playing so much Fallout 3, man. That game is so good. That game will change your life. It doesn't have everything that the original Fallout had. The dialogue is a little bit cheesy. They got to get rid of that Oblivion dialogue. My God, that dialogue is bad sometimes. But it's still just such a good game. Such a good game. Okay, looks like he actually is going to sneak a probe out here. Usually this isn't too effective. Now, if he does get the probe out there, though, and into his opponent's base, it's huge. Well, we see, I believe it was one drone mining Vespene gas. And you can see right now, Stork is a bit uncomfortable. He's actually got 4 probes out there ready to defend his expansion. And If Stork can get in there, it'll really help him out. It's really hard to do this kind of stuff, though. 2 bridges are the only way to get in inside the base. That's tough. That's really tough. Fast layer, KK is going to play pretty aggressively, and he's getting a 3rd hatch over there. He actually managed to get in there. If he can get up the ramp, it'll be huge. Nice play there. So really, Stork is still in the dark. He doesn't really know what's going on. Now, in Protoss versus Zerg, the Protoss, when they get their next expansion, they usually take it, well, let's just take it from Stork's position. At the top left, they can put a few cannons there and defend, but Zerg, they usually expand to the opposite side over there, because if they expand there, they can secure the mineral only in the back, and not have to put up defenses there later on. All right, looks like we're going to see the Stargate come up here. Now, Stork's basically been forced into getting the Stargate because he has no idea what his opponent's doing. He's pretty much in the dark. And, you know, for him to be kind of shut out like that, he has to get a Corsair in there and scout his opponent out and figure out, okay, when do I need to attack? When do I need to do this and that? Meanwhile, KK is going to go for fast Mutalisks. Now, Stork has probably played against fast Mutalisks hundreds of thousands of times, but still, he's got to defend correctly because KK's Mutamicro is pretty good. Look at this micro here by KK. He's not going to let the Dragoon get back in there. Oh, barely gets away. That's actually pretty significant because if you're going to go for fast Mutalisks, having the Corsair covered by the Dragoon is pretty smart. It's pretty critical, actually, I should say. It's smart, too, but you know what I'm saying. There's the Panda Bear guy. He survived this Sunday so far in this manly game that is StarCraft. I can't believe that StarCraft's just like such a perfect game. It must have been like made by wizards or something. I can't believe humans made this game. Mortals, Terrans made this game. All right, well, he scouted his opponent entirely. He knows exactly what's going on. He's going to get the second gateway and the Templar Archives. He might need an Archon, but getting Psystorm early on helps as well. Plus one attack, meanwhile, on the way. We should assume that there's going to be a Hydralisk Den getting thrown down here on the way morphine pretty soon. And Stork now has laid out the timing for his push. Okay, the Scourge are moving out now. All right, we got a lot of hatches here. I'm guessing we're going to see a pretty long game here, unless Stork manages to break the expansion over here at the top, or I should say the bottom left. Now, we do see 3 Corsairs out here, so Stork is comfortable enough to fly around the map right now. He's got to be careful, though. He's got to be careful. He does not want to lose any of those Corsairs early on. Really, I don't know what Stork was doing there. But yeah, he did lose. Oh, I see what he's doing now. Oh, it makes perfect sense. I take it all back, Stork. That was brilliant. Rushed in there, took out the Overlord, and then went straight in there with a DT. He might lose all of these Corsairs, however. Oh, man, if only he could shoot flares out of that Corsair. He did inflict a little bit of damage over there, though. Okay, 4 cannons now in the main. He's moving out now. He's got the Archon. KK may want to spread those mutas out a little bit. If they take any damage from the Archon, it's really going to hurt. The Corsair's very weak. The Zerg needs to be prepared for a very aggressive offensive here. You know, honestly, I feel like KK should have maybe an extra sunken colony or two at each expansion, but I guess he feels safe. Clearly, Stork hasn't pushed out yet. In fact, I think Stork moved his units out like that to maybe scare KK into making extra sunken colonies, then backed up, but KK did not budge at all. And, wow. I can't believe he just let that happen. Ideally, having 3 Archons would allow him to run into the expansion and not have to worry about Mutalisks whatsoever. Even if he was target firing him with the sunken colony, target firing the Archons, that is. Speed Hydras are out. Okay, here we go. He's going to snipe the Dragoon. That Dragoon had been wounded earlier. He finally finished him off. Now he's moving out here. And again, KK not going to get any defense there. I guess he's comfortable with the amount of Hydralisk he has. It's hard for me to say if he can actually hold this off, though. I do believe he'll have the +1 attack upgrade by now, which is going to melt those Zerglings against the Zealots here. You can see Stork's being very careful with the Archons. He does not want to lose the Archons because that's what's going to kill out these Mutalisks. It looks to me, I'm actually a bit confused here. I'm kind of scratching my head saying, what the hell? Why didn't he get more sunken colonies here? He is going to snipe the Archon. No, Stork, nice micro, backs him up right away. 1 Archon's down. I think Stork can take this expansion out if he controls everything correctly. He's going to be reinforcing this with a lot more Zealots here. He just has to keep the Archon alive because that'll stop the Mutalisks from harassing the Zealots. KK's micro's pretty good so far. Move! Move, Zealot! That Zealot is fired. Alright, looks like Stork's going to take out this expansion. He looks like he's going to get it. He's selling all of his Zealots to attack it. And boom, it's gone. That's it. KK's in terrible condition. Welcome back, Susie.
I am back. I just came back to you telling me KK's in terrible condition.
KK's in terrible condition. He lost that expansion, which means his mid-game plan is in the toilet now. If you want to hear a profound metaphor, there it is. Yeah, but really, now KK is either going to have to be very aggressive or be incredible at playing defense for the time being. I think KK may go for an expand here. Wouldn't be a bad idea to just maybe mass up lurkers and try to go for a contain. I don't know, though. KK is going to have to play very technical from here on out if he wants to win, and I think that's a game that Stork is really quite good at winning. Okay, let's see here. Well, we do see a little bit of muta harassment. Those are stacked mineral patches, so a lot of people try to mine that out so they can get out to that back later on.
I tried to, I interviewed Pepe just now.
Yes.
And not to ruin the interview or anything, but his name has nothing to do with anything Mexican or French.
Really?
Yes. So none of this sombrero taco.
Then it must be Pete in his name. Okay, here comes it. Nice storm. Nice storm again. There's an Archon now. Oh man, KK's not looking good. KK is not looking good at all. It looks as though the Protoss is now busted out of here. I don't see where the rest of the Protoss army is, but he is shredding up these Hydralisks now. Stork is going to have to back off, however. Okay, now he can go back into it with the Zealots in the way. Zealots deal damage so quickly. Plus, he can produce them at such a fast rate. Okay, Stork's going to go in here for round 2 and stop his opponent from expanding again. Meanwhile, I think Stork is going to expand. It actually looks like Stork may be expanding to the right side of the map.
Someone's asking you, how long have you been a commentator that you would know Gur and Guillaume?
Actually, being a hold on, I'll play this one second, sorry. Actually, it looks like he might lose the Archon here, but all the Hydras are going to go down.
Not Guillaume.
Elky. Actually, I know all those guys, actually. I know Guillaume, I know Elky, I know Smuff, I know Rekul. Okay, and I also know that KK is totally screwed this game. There is no way KK can win this now. He's going to lose the expansion again. You can never let the Protoss get ahead in expansion. Stork is playing very cautiously, and it's really working. And, okay, there we go. it's pretty much over for keke. I don't see keke staying in this game for much longer. I don't see keke winning this game ever against this player. No, I've actually been a commentator in Korea. How long have I been in Korea? Like 8 months now?
Yeah,
eight months. And before that, I just did part-time commentating in college. I would just skip classes for a week and go to a tournament and commentate as long as they could pay for my ticket. So I haven't been a commentator for that long at all.
But I mean, who doesn't know Gur and Aoki? Come on now.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, everybody knows them. But yeah, I some of those guys I just knew beforehand because I played StarCraft competitively. Okay, now here's the expansion. KK really needs to get rid of this thing. I don't think it's going to happen. Stork's just moving his whole army over there. He's going to defend it with ease. There's a Panda Bear guy. This is another matchup. It's unlikely to see the Panda Bear guy die in, except for maybe through Lurker Spikes or through a freak Psionic Storm accident. Okay, well, the cannons are up, so Stork's now going to move out again and just beat up the Zerg a little bit more.
Here's another question for you, Nick.
Yes.
They don't want to know your nickname on IC Cup anymore. They just want to know what your ranking is.
Oh, I have 3 accounts I'm playing at. I have one account that's it's at B, but I just lost a game last night, so it's at B-. And then the other one's at, I think, C+, low C+. But I don't know. If I have enough free time, I want to try to get it up to B+. At least. I got to A- once on iCup, but only for like an hour or two before I lost. Did it drop back down? But iCup's great. I love playing on iCup. Sorry people can't know my ID, but I mean, I think for obvious reasons, it would be problematic if my ID was revealed on iCup. All right, here we go. This is it. He's going to go for the game-winning move here. He sniped one of the Scourge down. If he gets a few nice Psy Storms off here, he's going to wipe out any defense the Zerg has. He's just going in there. He's just running over.
He's just bulldozing through. Man.
That is really nice play by Stork here. He's just going to go in here and clean him off. There's really not a whole lot else that I can say other than it's GG. Any second. 5, 4, 3, 2, and GG.
1. There you go.
Stork won that one. Your winner, Stork. It's not over yet, though. KK can still come back with a win if he beats Stork in 2 more games.
Do you think that's really possible?
Anything's possible.
That is true. You know what? Yeah.
We've seen so many upsets here, so I mean...
This is GOM Season 2.
Season 2, the season of upsets.
I know. It's craziness. Though, you know what? I have faith in Stork. Stork is... he's just... Maybe, the only time I would say he may have trouble is if we're in the finals and he's in for the gold.
Yeah.
Then...
Stork doesn't have trouble until he's in the finals, and then he gets to silver. But yeah, great game back there. Pretty straightforward. KK needed more sunken colonies. I was kind of confused. Mm-hmm. I don't think you got the chance to see this.
No,
but
I didn't.
I kept saying, KK, I think you should have more sunks. And then I thought, well, maybe I can't see, his army. Like maybe there's extra Hydralisk somewhere. And then, lo and behold, the Protoss pushes out and runs over him. KK should have just had more sunken colonies. Or we would have probably seen a much more complicated, interesting game. But that was just pretty much straightforward. KK getting a little bit too greedy against somebody like Stork.
Well, maybe we can see, maybe he'll realize that, see a change in the next game. Next game being on Neo Requiem. Both players are in the game now, and I think they are going to start now.
Let's do this.